Oh.
Oh, well, that was fine too.
Oh no, I was just moving that because I don't want it on camera. I personally don't want it on camera.
Oh, I freaking forgot my guitar. Oh well.
It's inside.
Yeah, I'll grab it
Oh,
eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But no, like, what was I actually talking about before we started setting that up? I asked you a bunch of questions about it.
The last thing I remember you asking me about was...
Oh, it was the bed thing. The bed frame.
Oh, I don't know how to set it up.
Because I was just really curious.
Well, I did it once.
Like,
I did it once the first time I got it. I don't remember how long it took me, but I definitely remember that was the strangest part of the bed.
Was the bed frame?
Yeah, I was trying to get that because I was like buying the bed, moving the bed, getting it into the house, easy. That was all easy. I was like, all right, cool, got a bed, word, right? Like
Yeah.
I even got a recliner and moved it entirely by myself. You know, like I loaded it into my truck and unloaded it and moved it into the house by myself, and that was a bit of a challenge. But I was like, okay,
annoying.
right? But a bed frame,
You had a harder
kryptonite,
time.
kryptonite. That thing's made of kryptonite. I'm telling you.
Oh, you saw my table for the first time, right? When you came over yesterday?
Your table?
Yeah.
Oh, the new table, the really nice one. Yeah.
She got that for like $80, and it came with a leaf and everything, and the chairs that you saw. And I was like,
$80. That was a good price.
Yeah, and now they're wanting to give us a free microwave or something like that. The same people, they were just like, they liked her and was like, yeah,
hey, here, have a microwave.
Here's some stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always sketched out when people try to do really nice things, especially, mainly if it's strangers. If strangers try to do really nice things, it's always, I'm more sketched out by that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because, like, I try to do nice things for strangers, and I'm like, I wonder if they feel the same way I feel, where it's like, what is going on? You know, like, I immediately jump to skepticism and, like, become a little cynical in the sense of, like...
Yeah, because it's, I guess, I kind of understand what you mean, just because it's like, what do you want? Like,
Exactly.
What are you trying to get here?
Yeah, it's like...
Like, you're trying to butter me up, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I immediately jumped to that, like, what are you... And maybe that speaks for me then at that point, right? Like, it's like...
Well, but at the same time, it's good to be cautious.
Yeah, but...
It does speak towards you, yes.
Yeah,
but
like,
it's good to be cautious.
I feel like you should be able to just accept something without
Is that
thinking...
your phone vibrating? It's in your pocket.
I never know, man.
I'm just making sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm not crazy.
I never feel it, ever.
So I know I cut you off there, but I do want to mention that, you know, shout outs to Poods, because we're now on the floor gang. Hashtag floor gang.
Floor gang.
Yeah, hashtag floor gang.
I don't know what that means, but I'm PewDiePie. Oh, wait, how are you, what?
Oh, he's that guy that's the most subscribed person on YouTube.
I know who PewDiePie is, but like, like, I'm confused by why we're
Floor gang?
Yeah.
You don't keep up with the Poods?
No, at all.
Oh,
He annoys
really?
me.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's actually, I don't really keep up with him either, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
But in the last couple years, I've probably watched 5 videos by him. Doesn't mean I watched all of them, but I did, like, all the way through. I didn't finish them necessarily, but I finished a couple of them.
You say 5 years?
No, in like the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I'm not considering before that because I don't remember how long it's been since I watched any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm just saying
used
within
to
the
watch
last
his
couple
stuff when he
years.
was literally just on his computer playing horror games, and I loved watching him do that stuff until he started making it too much of a gimmick. And then it was like, I'm done.
His second Amnesia playthrough was definitely the highlight.
I don't know if I watched all of
his
those.
first Amnesia playthrough, he was starting to figure out what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And then his second time he played Amnesia was when it really kicked off. But I think the best thing he ever played was the bicycle game.
Yes.
Whatever that one's called.
With the kid?
Yeah, that was the highlight.
The dad and the kid.
Yeah,
those were beautiful.
That
He
was
did
his,
such a great job of those.
Exactly. That was his peak.
Like, he started getting annoying to me after a while. That's why I
Yeah.
stopped watching him. I was like, I feel like you're really just catering instead of just playing the game. And,
Yeah, but that's kind of the point, right? It's just be entertaining.
Yeah, I guess. I found it...
Look,
he's
he's more successful than us.
Oh,
so he must have known what he was doing. Like, he did something right.
You're completely right. And, like, the thing is, I still fall into the, like, idea and mindset of that you should just do it because you enjoy it. And I like watching people who do stuff because they enjoy it, even if it's sometimes boring. Like, I just want to watch you enjoy playing it.
I think he still enjoys what he's doing because he doesn't do what he used to do anymore.
Yeah, he is doing new stuff. I'll give him that.
Right?
He has been changing
he's
his...
changed into doing it, and like he still plays games every now and then. At least this is coming from someone who barely ever pays attention to what he actually does. But it seems like his biggest thing now is that he just looks at memes. That seems like that's his big thing, is that he's a meme reactionist.
Who reacts to memes?
Yeah, that seems to be what he does now.
I mean, some memes are pretty interesting to react to.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay.
Well, he reacts to his memes, like Booty Pie memes.
Oh, people. I guess people would probably have. He's big enough, yeah.
Yeah, he's got tons of memes, thousands of memes. But one of the things he's done recently, and this is the only reason I mentioned that whole thing, is I wasn't there when it happened originally, but apparently for a while now I don't know why he is doing this, but for a while now he's just been sitting on the floor. Like at first he was sitting in his closet, and then he moved out to sitting like in a hall, and like he's just sitting on the floor with his laptop and the camera, and it is really awkward because he's constantly like this, like with his knees up like this, and like and he's like and then doing like stretching out to try and be comfortable. Like he's not comfortable. He's clearly not comfortable throughout the entire video because he's not sitting in a chair. And then he's just like floor gang.
Oh, okay, hashtag floor gang.
Yeah, so we're on the floor gang.
Heard.
Yeah.
That was a long way around to get into why
One
you
thing
said
I'm proud
what you said.
one thing though I am proud of the Poods for is that he had Ben Shapiro host one of his episodes.
Yeah,
One of the meme episodes, the meme reaction. I don't remember what he actually calls the videos or whatever, but he had Ben Shapiro host it, and he got a lot of hate for it.
Why? Is it so many people don't like Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure he did it because Ben Shapiro himself is a meme at this point. It's kind of the same, like Alex Jones is a meme, Ben Shapiro is a meme. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's these certain personalities that...
Their personalities are so exuberant that they become this, like...
Yeah,
thing.
To where they're just like, even if you don't like them, or even... Not even if you don't like them. Even if you disagree with them, you can still see the humor.
Yeah.
And, like, he's just snarky. He's very snarky. And so I think that was his whole reasoning, was he was like, Ben Shapiro is a meme. So the ultimate meme is going to be, have Ben Shapiro host my show. Right? No, it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know exactly his logic.
People got mad at him.
Oh, yeah, because of the fact that he platformed Ben Shapiro. That he humanized him. He humanized the Jew. I can't believe he did that. How dare he humanize the Jew?
The Jew. Why?
But you get what I'm saying, right? That it's like, wait, because like that was the actual thing, right? People were mad because it's like, don't humanize him. And that's why I had to extrapolate that to be like, don't you dare humanize that Jew.
It's like, but why humanize a human, right? Like, that just seems pointless. Like, that's a stupid idea.
Tired of your phone vibrating. I don't like the floor gang anymore because I feel your phone.
Alright. Jenny's coming back.
Oh, sweet. She's going to be on the show? She was supposed
I
to be on the
let
show
her know
a
that
while
we were
ago.
filming. And I was like, you want to come by? She's like, yeah.
It's always good to have
So
a girl.
cool.
They get more views. We're just not sexy enough. We're sexy, not enough.
No. Anyways.
But not enough. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a really long-winded tangent that had nothing to do with what you were talking about, but I was trying to talk about bed frames, and I just want to shout out.
I was just interested.
And I did want to shout out that we were on the floor gang, but I think we should talk about your original question you had for me while we were on the car ride over here.
Which is why it comes down to why you wanted to defend the stormtroopers?
Yeah, I guess.
Because you were defending the stormtroopers on how well they shoot when they're clearly memes.
No, my thing is if you say that the stormtroopers are actually sucky shots, it kind of ruins episode 4. It ruins A New Hope if they actually are just really bad shots.
Okay.
Because it makes sense that they're missing on purpose, because the idea is that, because remember, okay, so Tarkin and Vader, they capture Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And then they're like, tell us where the base is, the rebel base, or we're going to blow up your planet. And then she's like, it's on whatever planet. I can't remember what she said now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Whatever.
And then they're like, that, blowing up Alderaan anyways. You know, it's like, we had a test to make sure it worked. Okay, now we're going to go to that base. And it's like, nope, abandoned. It was a base at one point, but it's not. It's like, so, haha, you tried to deceive us, because they're trying to find the rebel base to squash the rebellion.
Yeah.
So, what better way than, oh, look at this great thing that happened. These people have come here to rescue the princess. Yeah. Put a tracker on their ship and let them get away, but make it look like a struggle. But even Princess Leia, as they escape, was like, you really think we escaped? They let us go. Because there's no way they would have gotten away with that with how many troopers there were.
I see the ship being the thing, but like the thing.
No, even while on board.
The problem that I run into is this. That was a leap of faith, hoping that those people that came and rescued her were part of the rebellion. Because they were not. They were not at all. And they did not take her to the rebel base immediately afterwards. Wait.
Yes, they did.
Did they immediately go there?
Yes, they immediately go to Yavin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, though, it's still a leap of faith that those people were the ones that are going to rescue her.
No, I got the best defense ever.
Okay.
The Force.
Leap of faith. It's still a leap of faith.
No, the only reason I said it is because I hate when people argue that. Like, whenever I watched Harry Potter for the first time, it was because my roommate was like, you've got to see it, it's my favorite series ever. And we watched every movie. I liked 2 of them. I think it was the 3rd one and the 5th one. It was like Goblet of Fire. I liked that one.
Prisoner of Azkaban?
That sounds right. Yeah. Those were the 2 that I was like, these were good movies. The rest of them, I'm like, these are not, you know.
I'm not into Harry Potter too much.
I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, because it's not a big deal. Like, I see how people can like it. Yeah. Those are the 2 that I was like, these are great movies.
Actually, speaking of Harry Potter, I had my roommates did not like my response to the fact that I was like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, and people that are fans of it get really upset.
Well, they were like, why don't you like Harry Potter? I'm like, don't get me wrong, I actually enjoyed the movies. I'm like, but I did, and then one of my roommates says, well, did you try to read the books? And I was like, I did, and I hated them. And he was like, why?
Wow.
I was like, because the fact is, I felt like J.K. Rowling is a terrible author.
That's a tough thing for people to swallow that really like it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if someone walked up to you and said that Tolkien was an awful author, wouldn't you be like, I can't believe you're saying that?
Yes, but the reason that I told them that I thought it was a terrible author, she's a terrible author, is, and I backed it up with why. Because like someone walked up to me and told me that.
Okay, well, why?
Okay, so my reasoning was because when I read the books, I started off, I'm like, one, she immediately started pandering to 3rd graders, which.
But it is kids.
It's a kid book.
And they get older.
Yes, they get older as it progresses, but her writing style was atrocious. Like, just, there was no check on grammar. She wants to go back and read. She came back later on and revamped things and changed what things actually were in her continuity, which that's not a problem, but like, just writing itself, reading the books was hard. It was just hard, because it was like, I feel like, I'm not going to throw the hard R, but like, mentally challenged. I don't know how to say it. Like, I just felt like I was stupid reading this book. Like, even more stupid than just like...
Oh, just because the reading level was so low?
The reading level, the way she wrote, everything about it. Like, there's no... Like, I've read other authors that are just immaculate on how they captivate you and the way they write.
The construction
and
of the sentences and the paragraphs where it really paints a mental image. And like, a great author can make it where almost every sentence makes you want to know what's the next sentence.
Yes. And like, where hers, I was like, I could literally foretell what was going to happen, because clearly she only had a base concept of her idea, and maybe she actually had a really fleshed out idea of her story, she just didn't know how to tell it, and that bothered me while I was reading it. And this was when I was younger, okay? So it wasn't even like as I got older I came to this realization. It was when I was younger and I tried to read these books and I hated it. But that's being said,
I'm gonna make sure that
my parents were also those people who were like, you have to read at a higher level than normal. So like, even younger I was reading, because I think at 13 I was reading college grade.
Yeah.
So like at that point,
I mean, you read The Lord of the Rings way before I did, and The Silmarillion, and Lost Tales. Yeah,
which I need to go to my mom's house and get those.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, so like I was reading more advanced books than what my age should have been saying. Than my age was. But at the same time, I was one that was like,
well, I read Lord of the Rings at a really young age too. Yeah. I read it after the 3rd movie came out.
I think everyone should have read it at least started to read them, and I know a lot of people when they were
what
younger.
a difficult book.
Oh yeah,
but I loved it.
Yeah, same here.
And I loved the challenge of it.
I've read it way more times than I should have probably as a kid. I was like,
because of one of the main challenges is that it's written in Old English.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's
right,
maybe,
like that's like the main challenge.
Maybe
it's
that's
like,
my problem. Is a lot of books during that time period when I was younger, I was reading like old style writing versus the style writing we have now. So when we come to J.K. Rowling, who was writing in the 90s.
Yeah, when the average person was way smarter than the smart people we have now.
Yes, so when we come to that level of like, we switch it up to these writers that are writing this style from the 90s on, and I'm like, this is just
like
bad.
You know, like if we traveled back in time to, I don't know, let's say
do you think we'd be
1800s. No, we would be idiots. I really think so. If we travel back to like the 1800s and we're trying to interact with people and everything, first off, there would be the communication barrier of the jargon used at the time.
I love that jargon. I don't know if I would have that much of a problem with it.
Well, I'm just saying it could be a little bit different if you're actually there.
Yeah,
versus,
and trying to actually understand what it truly means for them.
Right.
Because right now, all I can do is speculate on what it means.
But if you were able to get past the communication barrier, which I think would be easily done.
That'd be fun. Try to figure out what all of it. But I don't know. 1800s.
I feel like they'd have a harder time understanding us.
I'd rather be in Britain, though. Sorry. So during the 1800s, I would not want to be here.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, we can go to Britain.
All right.
Yeah. So there'd be a little bit of a barrier, but then the average intelligence level would be so much higher. Like their concept of maths was better.
Yeah.
Their writing was better, their linguistic skills were better.
But honestly,
it's because the school system had higher standards.
Was their concept actually better though? Like I know we have people that came from that era that are just brilliant. But like if you really look back into like their schooling and everything, yeah, they were more prone and like actually more I want to say prone.
You know what would be fun is I found online one time because I read the news a lot, right? I found a thing what was a no, there's no such thing. I found a thing that it was someone had uncovered an old test.
Okay.
Like a test from like when we did. I want to say it was from like when, like you know how like Little House on the Prairie they had at school. Like it was like set in that time period. It was a really old test, and I remember reading through it, and I didn't really try. But I remember reading through it and being like, can I? And I was like, the concepts that and it was like a 5th grade test or something like that. But the mathematics they were telling people like that it's like you should be able to do this mathematic in 5th grade. I was like, this is crazy. And then like the English questions they had and the history questions.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous. Like they expected you to know a lot more and be a lot more advanced and like so it'd be fun. We should make an episode whenever we have when we have the more professional setup of us trying to take an old.
All right, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. We'll probably fail miserably, but I'm down for it.
Yeah, well, what would be like? We get 1 hour and pencil and paper.
Is that how long the tests are?
We don't get any reference material.
We have no references?
No.
So we don't get to know anything?
It's not an open book test.
No, but we don't have any information prior. I mean, if we're just doing English and math, I guess it doesn't matter because English and math should
be able to do them.
Yeah, you should just know.
Yeah. And history, right? Like we should be able to answer. That's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like if we were educated well, we should know the answers to these things.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's going to show how retarded we are.
Yes, exactly. The point of it being to not only show how retarded we are, but the fact that the entire system is not nearly as high of a standard as it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, because I think we should do that. I think it'd be a lot of fun when we're in the professional setting, not the floor gang setting.
I mean, we can. I did download OBS though for us, so
Sweet.
we should be able to at least get some things going on with that.
Because it would be good to have that on screen for the audience to participate.
Yeah, so they can play as well.
Oh my God, that might actually get us some views.
Play a live stream and be like, "How smart are you?"
That might actually get us some views. That might be a pretty good gimmick. Yeah, we say like we're gonna take a test from this time period, but we have to come up with a better.
Well, let's not discuss that on screen.
Yeah, but I think that might actually be that might be a good way to get into the algorithm.
Okay.
Right? Because we're not in the algorithm. We're nobodies. We don't exist. YouTube doesn't even recognize us.
I like that though. Although I have been promoting our shows unintentionally, more accurately, Michael promotes the shows, and then people come up to me and they're like, "Hey,
That's cool.
and I was like, "Yeah, this is the show title."
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
I really appreciate that. We need more of that. We need more interaction. 'Cause I love comments that aren't from bots.
But I love bot comments.
The bot,
it's so weird.
The last bot comment we got. Hold on, I might. Oh, it's my phone's in the house. The last bot comment we got was on the last video I uploaded, which would have been 6/11/20 was the last video I uploaded. I'm not gonna say the name of the or whatever. I'm just gonna give the date.
Yeah.
And the first comment we got, which was within the first hour I uploaded it, so I was already like, no way. And it was 0 semicolon, so 18 seconds, like 18 seconds, sexy.girls.com. And I was like, delete.
No, this is not what we're promoting on the show. Who are you?
Yeah, most of our bots are stuff like that.
Just get rid of bots.
Yeah, but some of them leave great comments, like, because some bots are just like, dude, loved your vid. And I'm like, I've never even heard, like, you don't know me. Because it's someone that's like, I've got 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, that's fake. You fake that. There's no way you have 100. And 2 videos, right? Like 2 videos and 100,000.
2 videos and 100. No, maybe they just knew they know people, all right? Maybe they know 100,000 people.
It's like that old thing where it's like, hey, I'll subscribe to you if you subscribe to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where, like, that to me blows my mind. Like, why would you have so many people that subscribe to someone who does nothing?
Right. Yeah.
Like, but they do. They do still.
Well, I do know this one YouTuber. I haven't checked his page in a while, but the last time I did, he had no views and he had a good like 300,000, like no videos, but like 300,000 subscribers, because he would guest on
other people's.
Yeah, on podcasts, and they were even in the podcast. They're like, "Are you ever gonna make a video?" He's like, "I'm thinking about some." Like, I've got some in the works.
Like, I'm thinking about it.
I've got some in the works, you know, where it's like,
but I'll probably never do it.
I don't know if he has at this point. I haven't checked.
Oh,
but,
I came up with the game. Okay, so you remember the game I talked to you about with the superheroes, like with superpowers, where it's like,
yeah.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
actually, I thought about. Well, this is what I thought about doing. It's changing up its formula. So you would actually either you or I would come up with the power.
Okay.
Like, so we'd come up with 2 powers for the guest to be like, yeah.
You need to move back. You scooted out of frame.
Am I in frame now?
Yeah, that's good enough.
So like
the top of our heads are getting cut off, but it's perfect.
Yeah. But anyways, so
floor gang.
So so you or I would come up with 2 powers for the guest to choose which one.
Okay.
And then the other person, so whoever didn't come up with powers, would come up with their faults. So, but they wouldn't know. They would only do it once the person chose their power.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But wait, no, because I thought the whole point was like to be like, okay, you can do this, but this happens.
I mean, we could do it before they choose it. Either way, it'd still be just instead of one person doing both of them, it'd be one person be like, the power is going to be blah blah blah, and then you can come up with the top of your head. So let's say you say the power is.
No, you say one. I'll say
okay.
one.
The power is flight. You have the power of flight, or you can have the power.
Wait, I was going to say one.
No.
Right, I thought that was supposed to be.
No, the person would come up with 2 powers.
Oh, and then I come with the flaw for each power.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have flight and super strength.
Flight, super strength. Yeah, you can fly, but
but
it's only your upper torso.
What?
No, hold on. Only
how would that work?
Fly, but only your lower torso. So whenever you go to fly, your legs go up first,
oh my
and
God.
you have to fly. They become
They become your.
You can
your
only fly
upside
down.
Dude, that would suck. Blood
right?
rushing
Because
to your
like,
head.
yeah, exactly. Instead of like where Superman's like, I'm gonna fly, and he does this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like no, when you fly, you go whoa, like you're dragging by your legs.
Imagine every time you take off, you're just gonna knock yourself out.
Yeah. So that's that. Here you go. Super strength. Super strength, but you're ultra vulnerable. You're hyper vulnerable. Like you've got glass bones.
Oh my God. So there'd be no point in having super strength. But
I mean, like that. Like you can punch a hole through a wall, like a steel beam. You can just punch a steel beam a hole right through it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna shatter your hand.
But like,
You're
isn't
gonna
that
break
the-
every bone in your
but-
hand.
But that one falls under the whole actual reality of having super strength. You couldn't actually have super strength in a real life setting because of the fact that your muscles would crush your bones in order to have that.
Okay, all right. So since you so you're saying the super strength also naturally has a bit of invulnerability.
Yeah, like
a bit
you literally,
because your strength. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll change it to you have super strength, but whenever you get cut, like you're what's that thing we have, super thin blood, hemophiliac or something like that, right? Where it's like if you get a cut, you're basically gonna bleed out and die.
Yeah.
Any sort of cut.
So you have to be careful what you're punching through.
Yeah.
Don't cut through glass, or don't punch through glass.
Yeah,
You
otherwise-
may end up just dead.
Yeah, because you might get glass shards and like, so you're not gonna break your bones, you're not gonna blah blah blah. But if you get any cuts, you're gonna just bleed out, man. You better take care
You better
of
hope
that immediately.
someone, you better hope someone right there knows how to stop blood flow. Okay.
How
Well,
about that? Is that more balanced?
Yeah, I enjoy that. Because that's that. At that point, it's like, what do I punch through? That's not going to just riddle me.
With cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say paper cuts. I was actually gonna say like, but your paper cuts will kill you.
But I feel
was
like
what I was gonna say originally.
paper cuts are harder to get.
Yeah, but if you get one, you're dead. So, like,
You are invulnerable, but don't get paper cuts.
do not get paper cuts. Do not go file paperwork.
Like,
Don't
literally,
risk it.
stay digital.
Yeah.
Never touch
Don't
paper.
risk it. If you touch paper, you might die.
No, I love that idea because, like,
yeah,
if
that'd be good.
it's just if it's you and I coming up with both of them, and then it's like, and I want to do it on the fly for stuff like that. So literally, it's just like they have no preparation. We literally don't have preparation for it, but it'd be more entertaining if they're just like, okay, those are my superpower choices, and then it's like, and those are the fallbacks.
Yeah.
on both
In
of
this
them.
situation, I'm assuming we force them to have to choose one.
Yeah, it's like you choose one or the other.
Right? Because like I'm sitting here, I'm like neither. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I wouldn't want either.
I'm good. I don't need to fly, and I don't need super strength. If a cut will kill me.
I mean, I would think.
it's not
I would
that it
think
kills
about
you.
I would think about the super strength because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Just because at that point I'd just lift things instead of ever punching through.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You find workarounds.
Yeah.
Just don't get cut. Don't get attacked by a guy with a knife.
And if you do, just make sure you know how to fight him off.
Yeah. Don't get stabbed. Never get stabbed. Never get shot. If you get any wounds, you're dead.
Oh my God, yeah, I guess you're right because it's not just the cut. It's really like
No,
if you get,
that's why I'm
if
saying
you
it's a blood disease,
Yeah.
like where you have super thin blood and you're just gonna bleed out almost instantly. But it's still not instant. That's why I wish I knew the actual name of the disease because it's like where you need almost immediate treatment.
Dude, I know what you're talking about, like, because there's people where it's literally like they get cut wrong. You're just like, hey, let's stop that immediately, otherwise you're just.
You're gonna bleed out,
Yeah.
because your blood. You don't. You can't clot. It's whatever that is. Where it's
Yeah.
like you can't. Your blood doesn't clot.
Which is crazy. Dude,
Yeah.
my blood
So
clots so fast.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
insane.
Yeah,
like
dude,
to
you have like super healing.
to have people that don't clot, like to have the opposite.
I'm pretty sure
spectrum
that's your
of them.
superpower is that you have
Oh, yeah,
accelerated healing.
Dude, I hope that's my superpower because that'd be a dope.
Well, I guess
superpower.
accelerated regeneration.
Maybe. But anyways, so like, yeah, you down for that?
Yeah,
So
of
once we
course.
start having guests, I think because I've always wanted to play it. And we've had multiple guests, and I've never asked them questions, and now I'm like, wait, I can just.
Yeah, you're
ask
right.
them.
We came up with it while we weren't recording.
Yeah, so like, I would like to actually start asking guests
When we were hanging out with that special guest who's going to come up on the Mass Effect episode. I'm calling that the Mass Effect episode, but we never talk about Mass Effect.
Not once.
Yeah.
Not once. Well, I guess we did. I think we mentioned Mass Effect.
I think the whole thing starts with me saying, like, get over here so I can tell you why Mass Effect sucks. And then I immediately was like, haha, let's go this way.
It's like, ha! All right, but no.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up and we'll come back for
Yeah.
another episode.
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't know how long it's been, but I feel like that's a good spot to...
We never actually said
We'll
what
kick
the
it.
show is. Welcome to the Bear Thing Show, guys.
We're going to kick it.
I'm gonna kick it. Oh
Kick
no,
it.
let's kick that
Kick
pig.
it.
Let's kick that pig. That's my favorite saying.
Bye. We'll see you next week.